Let's look at this interesting algebra problem. Suppose a, b, and c are non-zero real numbers, and a plus b plus c equals 0. What are the possible values for a over absolute value of a plus b over absolute value of b plus c over absolute value of c plus abc over absolute value of abc? So all what we need to know is some basic properties of the absolute values. By definition, we know that the absolute value of a number equals either the number itself, in here a is supposed to be a real number, so it equals either itself when a is greater than 0 or minus a when a is less than 0. When a is less than 0. Alright, or here can be greater or equal to 0. So all these pairs, all these fractions, we know that they are either 1 or negative 1. So if the numerator is positive, the fraction is 1. Otherwise, the fraction is negative 1. Now let's look at all the possible values of a, b, and c. So we have a basic equation here. A plus b plus c equals 0. So what kind of values can a, b, or c take? Alright, so since the sum is 0, there are at least one negative number. So let's suppose there's one negative number. We can just suppose a less than 0. Alright? Or there can be two negative numbers. Right? So let's assume a less than 0 and b less than 0. So c will be greater than 0, right? So can all three of them be negative? No, because otherwise the sum of three negative numbers will be negative. Therefore, we only need to consider these two cases. Let's call this case 1 and this case 2. For case 1, we'll know that the first fraction equals negative 1, right? Because the numerator is a negative number. And the second fraction is certainly 1. The numerator b is positive in case 1. And so is the third fraction. And for the fourth, the last one, abc, when a is less than 0 and bc are both positive numbers, so the product is of course a negative number. Therefore, the last fraction is negative 1. Therefore, the sum of these four numbers will be 0. The first two cancel out, and the last two cancel out. Good. This is a neat answer. 0 is possible. And how about the second case? Actually, as for the exam, we should immediately know that A is our choice. Why? Because in here, we only have one possibility left. And B, C are certainly wrong. They don't have 0 as an option. D, E has 3 options. There's no way we have 3 cases. So let's still justify that for the learning purpose. So when A is less than 0, B less than 0, the first fraction is negative 1. And so is the second fraction. That's minus 1. And the third, C, is a positive number, so that's plus 1. And A times B times C, so 2 negative numbers, that gives you a positive number. Then times C, that's a positive number. So the fraction is 1. So that's 0. 2 minus 1 and 2 plus 1. Alright, we confirm that the answer is A. If you like this video, please subscribe and thumb up. If you have questions, please comment.